Good day to all of you. We are here to present the compilation of problem solving in different topics in physics. Freefall is a term used in physics to describe an object falling under its weight. It is also known as freefall because nothing is holding the object down. The object falls freely until it hits the ground. Freefall is described in Newtonian physics as the motion of an object where gravity is the sole force acting on it. Freefall motion is a special case where the acceleration due to gravity is constant and acts in the downward direction. The term freely falling object does not always refer to an object that has been dropped from its state or rest. This is true even if the object is thrown upward or has no velocity. On Earth, all free-falling objects accelerated at 9.8 meters per second, commonly estimated as 10 meters per second. For the sample problem in free fall calculus base, a construction worker accidentally thrown the block upwardly with an initial velocity of 32 feet per second for the building that is 72 feet above the ground. Find A. Write an equation for the position of the block. B. Write an equation for the velocity of the block. C. What is the block velocity after 4 seconds? D. When does the block hit the ground? E. Determine the average velocity on the interval 1.5 and 2. Find the expeditious velocity when t equals 15 seconds and t is equal to 2 seconds. When does the block reaches 24 feet above the ground? In letter A and B, write an equation for the position of the block and write an equation for the velocity of the block. The given are initial velocity is equal to 36 feet per second, while initial position is equal to 72 feet. In letter A, if the given is in feet, the formula is position is equal to negative 16t squared plus initial velocity t plus initial position. So the answer in letter A is equal to the position is equal to negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 72. While in letter B, the formula is equal to velocity is equal to negative 32 squared plus initial velocity. And the answer is equal to negative 32t squared plus 32. So in letter C, what is the block velocity after 4 seconds? Given 4 seconds. So the formula is the equation of velocity is equal to negative 32t plus 32. So in solution, we only substitute 4 in the equation of velocity. Is equal to negative 32 times 4 plus 32 is equal to negative 128 plus 32 is equal to negative 96 meters per second. So letter D, when does the block hit the ground? So the position is equal to 0. 0 is equals to negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 72. So we need to transpose it. So 62t squared minus 32t minus 72 is equal to 0. So in letter D, we need to use the quadratic formula. So first we need to get the GCF or the greatest common factor. So in this given, the GCF is 8. It is divisible by 8. Then I divide it to get the value. So the new value is equal to 2t squared minus 4t minus 9 is equal to 0. I assume A, B, and C are the 2, negative 4, and negative 9. So after that, we need to use the quadratic formula and substitute it. So the formula is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac or over 2a. So that is equal to 4 plus or minus square root negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 9 all over 2 times negative 2 times 2. So is equal to 4 plus or minus square root 16 plus 72 all over 4. So I use the operation of addition, which is 4 plus square root of 88 divided 4 is equal to 3.345 or 3.35. In letter E, determine the average velocity on the interval 1.5 and 2. So the formula is the equation of the position is equal to negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 72. The t is equal to 1.5 seconds. So we need to substitute the 1.5 to the equation. So negative 16 times 1.5 squared plus 32 times 1.5 plus 72 is equal to negative 16 times 2.25 plus 48 plus 72 is equal to 84. While t is equal to negative 16 times 2 squared plus 32 times 2 plus 72 is equal to negative 16 times 4 plus 64 plus 72 is equal to 72. After we get the value, we need to find the velocity average. So, the velocity average formula is equal to position 2 minus position 1 all over final time minus initial time. So, is equal to 72 minus 84 over 2 minus 1.5. Negative 12 all over 0.5 is equal to negative 24 feet per seconds. Letter F. Find the expeditious velocity when t is equal to 1.5 seconds and t is equal to. So the formula is the equation of velocity, which is negative 32 plus 32. If t is equal to 1.5, then it is equal to negative 32 times 1.5 plus 32 is equal to negative 48 plus 32 is equal to negative 16 feet per second. While if t is equal to, then is equal to negative 32 times 2 plus 32 is equal to negative 64 plus 32. Then the answer is negative 32 feet per second. Last question, letter G. When does the block reaches 24 feet above the ground? So, the position is equal to 24. 24 is equal to negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 72. So, we need to transpose it. 16t squared minus 32t minus 72 plus 24 is equal to 0. The answer is 16t squared minus 32t minus 48 is equal to 0. So, we need to use the quadratic formula to get the value. So, first, we need to get the GCF. So, in this given, it is divisible also by 8. Then, I divide it to get the value. So, the value is equal to 2t squared minus 4t minus 6 is equal to 0. I assume that A, B, and C are 2, negative 4, and negative 6. So after that, we need to substitute it to the formula, which is the quadratic formula is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So is equal to 4 plus or minus square root negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times 6 all over 2 times 2. So is equal to 4 plus or minus square root 16 plus 48 over 4. And I use the operation of addition, which is 4 plus square root 64 divide 4 is equal to 3.
Good day. So my topic for today is kinematics, motion with uniform acceleration. So bibigyan ko muna kayo ng maikling discussion about kay kinematics. Kinematics is the study of motion without any reference to the forces. Meaning, ang pag-aaralan natin kay kinematics ay kung paano gumagalaw ang isang object. Tandaan na may tatlong nagde-describe kay motion: speed, velocity, and acceleration. So, ano naman si uniform acceleration? Ito yung kapag yung isang bagay ay nagta-travel in a straight line at nagbabago ang kanyang velocity over the time. So ngayon, may hinanda akong sample problem. I'll give you 2 minutes to answer it. It starts now. Okay, time's up. Sagutan natin ngayon yung problem na binigay ko. A van goes from Bulacan to Albay with an average speed of 60 km per hour. The trip takes 30 hours. It returns from Albay to Bulacan on the same road with an average speed of 40 km per hour. What was the average speed of the van during the trip? So, ang hinahanap dito, yung average speed of the van during the trip. Si given, speed 1 is equals to 60 km per hour. Si time, 30 hours. Si speed 2 is equals to 40 km per hour. So, kailangan natin makuha yung kilometer. So, ang formula natin gagamitin, distance is equals to speed times time. 60 kilometers per hour times 30 hours is equals to 1,800 kilometers. At ngayon, kukunin naman natin yung pangalawang oras. Time is equals to distance over speed. 1,800 kilometers over 40 kilometers per hour is equals to 45 hours. Ngayon, kukunin na natin si average speed. Using the formula, average speed is equals to total distance over total time. So, dahil dalawa yung time natin at dalawa yung distance natin, 1,800 kilometers plus 1,800 kilometers over 30 hours plus 45 hours. So, 1,800 kilometers plus 1,800 kilometers is equals to 3,600 kilometers. 30 hours plus 45 hours is equals to 75 hours. 3,600 kilometers over 75 hours is equals to 48 km per hour. So, ang average speed ng van during the trip is 48 km per hour.
So in this video I will discuss about momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum is mass in motion. Any object that is moving has momentum. So ano nga ba formula ng momentum? The formula of momentum is represented by the lower p symbol is mass multiplied by velocity. So again, p equals to mass multiplied by velocity. So mass is a scalar quantity while the velocity is vector quantity. So, kung babalikan natin yung mga lesson, yung vector daw have both magnitude and direction. There is no direction of mass. So, ngayon sa physics, yung pinag-aaralan natin, yung the mass is typically in kilograms, while the velocity is usually in meters per second. So, the momentum will have the unit kilogram multiply meters per second. So, ngayon, tungo naman tayo sa problem solving ng momentum. So, ano nga ba yung napili kong momentum? Ito yung momentum perfectly inelastic collision. So, basahin ko muna yung problem solving. A pickup truck with a mass 1.80 times 10 kg is traveling eastbound at positive 15 meters per second, while a compact car with mass 9 times 10 weight is traveling westbound at negative 15 meters per second. The vehicles collide head-on, becoming entangled. So ngayon, hanapin natin yung tatlong dapat hanapin. Letter A, find the speed of the entangled vehicles after collision. Letter B, find the change in velocity of each vehicles. And letter C, find the change in the kinetic energy of the system consisting of both vehicles. Ngayon naman tungo naman tayo sa solution. Sa letter A muna tayo. Ang ginamit kong formula doon is final velocity is equivalent to the mass of truck multiplied by the velocity truck initial plus the mass of compact car multiplied by the velocity compact car over the mass of truck plus mass of car. So ngayon, substitution into true numbers. So 1.80 and 10 cube multiplied by 15 plus 9 times 10 squared multiplied by negative 15 over 1.80 cube plus 9 and 10 squared equals to 5 meters per second. So ngayon sa letter B naman tayo, tumungo naman tayo. Ang nahanap daw muna doon yung vehicles ng bawat sasakyan. So sa truck muna tayo. Ang formula na ginamit ko doon is change in velocity of truck equivalent to the final velocity minus the velocity of truck initial. So ngayon, substitution the value. 5 minus negative 50 ang lumabas is negative 10 meters per second. So ngayon naman, sa velocity naman tayo ng car. Anong formula ginamit ko doon is change of velocity of car equivalent to final velocity minus velocity car initial. So ngayon, substitution naman tayo. 5 minus multiply by negative 15. So ang lumabas is 20 meters per second. So ngayon, last part na tayo sa letter C. Sa C naman yung kinetic energy. So ang ginamit kong formula dito is kinetic energy initial equivalent to 1/2 multiply by mass of truck multiply to velocity of truck initial squared plus mass of car multiply by velocity car initial squared. So ngayon, substitution the value naman tayo. So 1/2 multiply by 1.80 and 10 cube multiply by 15 squared plus 9 and 10 squared multiply by negative 15 squared. So ang lumabas is 3.04 x to the 10 to the 5th power joule. Ngayon, sa pangalawa naman tayo. Sa kinetic energy, final kinetic energy naman tayo is 1/2 multiply by the final velocity squared multiply by mass of truck plus mass of car equals to 1/2 multiply by 5 squared multiply by 1.80 10 cube plus 9.10 squared equals to 3.38 10 to the 4th power joule. So ngayon, pagmaminusan natin sila. So, delta kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy is equal to 3.38 x 10 to the 4th power joule minus 3.04 x to the 10 to the 5th power equal to negative 2.70 x to the 10 to the 5th power joule. And I thank you.
Newton's second law, force and acceleration. A 60 kilogram boy named Mark is standing while waiting for his friend. Moment later, there's a boy with a mass of 70 kilogram running at 10 meters per second squared and accidentally bumped him. How strong is the net force of the boy gave Mark and how fast Mark flew away? Ang una nating isosolve ay ang force na ibigay ng batang tumatakbo kay Mark. Ang formula nito ay F net or net force is equal to mass times acceleration. Substitute lang natin. Mass ay 70 kg at 10 meters per second squared. So ang net force ay 700 Newton. Yan ang force ng pagbangga ng bata kay Mark. Sunod naman, yung 700 Newton is equal to 60 kg times sa acceleration. Since hinahanap yung acceleration, dinivide natin yung force sa mass. Kaya naging 700 Newtons over 60 kg. Kaya nakuha ko ang 11.67 meters per second squared.